Hey guys, it's Kathow and welcome to my channel. This video is about reviewing a game called Temtem. So one random evening, my boyfriend told me, let's play Temtem on Steam. At first, I hesitated. I've played Pokemon many times before. I played Pokemon on the Nintendo Switch, Game Boy, and even emulators, so I felt like playing Temtem wouldn't pass the standards I had with Pokemon. Temtem released its early access in January, so it's pretty new. I didn't really know anything about Temtem before my boyfriend mentioned it to me. When he first mentioned it, I was like, that sounds like a Pokemon knockoff. But I was wrong. I ended up loving the game.
Hold on, do it. Yeah. Oh my god.
For starters, your role in the game is called a Temtem Tamer, just like how a Pokemon trainer is, and you'd have to choose between 3 Temtems. My starter was Crystal, which by the name itself is a Crystal type Temtem. My boyfriend chose Hochik, so it's a mental flying type Temtem? Yeah, whatever. Mine's better. Just kidding. It also uses basic logic with attacks and weaknesses, just like in Pokemon. But with other types of Temtems, you'd really have to test and think of their weaknesses. For example, toxic Temtems are weak to wind Temtems. I, for myself, thought that was very confusing and I didn't see the logic there, but if you did, then good for you. Anyway, you'll figure these out along the way once you play the game. But I'm not gonna lie, having played Pokemon before gave me a serious advantage in playing Temtem. There are also these rare types of Temtems called Luma Temtems. They're practically the same as common Temtems, but their stats are extremely high, some even perfect, and they are extremely rare. I caught a Luma Genki once by accident, and it was blue rather than the usual yellow. I tried looking for another Luma Temtem, but
Day 2, Day 3, Day 4.
they're so hard to find and extremely rare. So if you find one, catch it. You can trade this to your friends or other players in Temtem. Another thing I liked about Temtem is it's an MMORPG game, which means you can trade, co-op, or add friends. Whenever I play the game, I mostly co-op with my boyfriend, and honestly, it's more fun that way. You get to do quests together, level up together, though XP is divided into 2, and it makes it easier. But of course, co-op is optional, so if you like it to be more challenging, do it alone. Even if you play alone, you'd still have to use 2 Temtems, so the XP will always be divided into 2, but it's better than nothing, right? Also, Temtem has side quests other than the main quests, so you may speak to random people in the dojo, which they call a city, and get quests from them. This makes the game more exciting and longer to complete, which I think is better rather than a straightforward game. However, as of now, Temtem is still on its early access, so some dojos might be unattainable as of now. I'll note down in the comment section once Temtem has officially released the full game. Speaking of the full game, you may see some houses or buildings in Temtem with WIP on them. That just means work in progress, since Temtem is still on its early access. Once Temtem releases its full access, you may build your own houses, maybe buy furniture, complete quests, unlock other cities, and those buildings that are work in progress. I think some of them are housing, furniture shops, or even trading centers. I'm not quite sure, but I'm very excited about it. But to be perfectly honest, I'm really psyched with the housing part because you could design your houses and you could visit other people's houses as well.
Gonna blow the whole budget just rebuilding all these counters.
Unlike Pokemon, Temtem takes a little longer with level ups and evolutions, but I see this as something positive because it gives more challenge. It's not a walk in the park, but I love playing every second of it. Dojo masters are the bosses of each dojo. Before you could encounter the dojo, you'd have to go through a series of puzzles, and of course, Temtem up, or fight, with other people before you fight with the dojo master. Unlike Pokemon, you could exit the building and let your Temtems heal at the Temporium. However, since there are puzzles before reaching the dojo master, you might need to retrace your steps so that you won't get lost.
Oh my god! I'm sorry, let me do it again.
Personally, I found the Quetzal Dojo challenging, since you'd have to slide all over the place before you'd reach the dojo master. But then again, it's fun. I would recommend playing Temtem. Even at its early access stage, I can't stop playing it, and now I recommend Temtem to you. Good luck! The team behind Temtem even gave a cute message when we were on the last city that we had to go to. That means we've reached the end of the line and we had to wait for the next update, which, if I'm not mistaken, will be released in the summer of 2020.